You learn that Ridis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they... We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off. Apparently she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying... Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. This shortcut is reserved for use by woodland citizens only, the guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass. Been a while since we've had any outside. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor, lost souls trapped in the wooden dining table practically groan. I've certainly earned... Melanie Mar sits, eyes fixed on the food upon the table. Statuesque in his... Mar clears the entire table in a matter of... He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends a small jet of just-drank water arcing out. The sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close. A scream pierces the silence. Fire! The others follow suit. And before long, you've burst through the front door. Ridis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams. My mother is still inside, Ridis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village. Douse the flames with water, shouts the man. Water from the... Ridis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blaze all on her own. Mar's eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant. He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Ridis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick." Quickly, put it out. You have to put it out, Ridis screams at Mar. Mar douses the house with the water he sucked out. The fire is reduced to mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks. Excellent. Good work. The fiery beast dispatched, you return to putting out. Ridis's mother, now safe, tells you the creature came out of nowhere and set the house aflame. What would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder? Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Ridis's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood. Though spared from complete collapse, Ridis's home has been thoroughly scorched. Ridis's mother tells you she was once deceived by a crooked. Ridis has been working to repay the debt ever since her mother took ill. You lightly press your thumb and forefinger to the corner of each eye. A mixture of Ridis's mother is in no small amount of pain. The item you've proffered has no effect, but I appreciate the thought. All the Ridis's mother hands you mysterious card 3 as a token of her gratitude. Ridis sits alone in one of its rooms, the air thick with the smell. She says the monster appeared while she was playing the woodland. As to why any monsters, let alone. Despite the circumstances, you ask Ridis. I did promise that, didn't I? She says Why do you want to venture out beyond the bewildering wood anyway? She inquires, as she gathers this and that and We are in search of the dragon, you say valiantly, adding, the reward will be significant. Sounds like a real risky way to make a living. A group of Ivory Order people came through here just the other day. You connect the dots with malice. Though, at last, Ridis is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood. This road takes you to the east side of the bewildering wood. But upon seeing that Ridis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through. Apparently she's heard rumors of the girl heaves a sigh of relief after learning the fire wasn't the dragon's doing. You didn't hear it from me, but the cause of the fire was, she whispers baseless gossip in your ear. The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog. You turn away, ready to lead the party deeper into the... Wait just a moment, you lot. Ridis appears to be familiar with him. Here you are, young lady, he says, handing her a slip of paper. Oh dear. Further, Mr. O explains, Ridis did not have a fire insurance. I'll thank you kindly to pay by the end of the month. Hee. Ridis lets out a bemused chuckle. She pulls the woodland flute from her cloak and begins softly playing. Ridis's ear-splitting performance, shall we say, draws monsters out from behind the trees. Within moments, they are nearly upon you. That's odd. I must have made a mistake, Ridis says, burying her face in her old book once more. She opens the book to a particular page and thrusts it in your face. It's a page of sheet music, with a note scrawled beside it that reads, "No matter how many times I played this last night, our debt never went." You inspect the page a bit off in a corner in letters so small as to be illegible. You finally see that so long as Ridis holds the flute, this is nothing more than a monster conjurer. You snatch the woodland flute from her hands. But I'll never escape from this mountain of debt without it. Melanie quietly opines that while Ridis is many things, bright is not one of them. You shout the words in a loud voice. The words are so plain, perhaps overly so. She entreats you to let her use your lyrics. Imagining the royalties, you happily agree. favors the bold. did great. About the enemy. Nice work. Here, Ritis chirps. As she does, a hidden path out of the bewildering wood comes into view. Congrats. At last, you are free of the bewildering wood. She giggles back. You've certainly kept your promise, you say. I was hoping I could join you on your quest to defeat the dragon. Ritus suddenly blurts out. She takes out her old book and thrusts another page in your face. This week's creature of fortune is the dragon. Melanie's jaw goes slack. What? I can probably pay off my debt if we can just defeat the dragon. Ritus. No, I won't dilute my share of the riches. Have you no heart? Are you just going to leave a young helpless girl like me to drown in an ocean of debt and deal with that crusty old man? Ritus fires back relentlessly. I want to go. No. Melanie calmly reminds you that the party in its current form stands little chance of defeating the dragon. See? You need me. Your well-reasoned argument of no thwarted, you nod your head in resignation and welcome Ritus to the party. That was lucky. A monster appears. Rather, you may be able to aid it by administering some curative. You take pity on the creature and administer. Able to move once more, it makes a clumsy attempt at a bow, and then it is gone. A monster appears. It points to you and then goes stiff. It hands you a bottle of medicine, takes a sweeping, graceful bow to show you how far it's come, and takes its leave. Excellent. That was lucky. An armor-clad knight stands. The knight faces you, but after sizing you up for a long, grow strong, young ones, he says, then return. It appears he awaits a stalwart warrior to challenge him. Fight. Nice work. That was lucky. Nice work. Come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice. You listen in, and you lean in, trying to hear. Listen about that loot. Head south. It sounds like you hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. Let's head to you. See something approaching from up ahead. A monster, Melanie shouts, readying for battle. Mr. Flobby, get back here. It's dangerous out there. It seems you've finally arrived at Unionville. What a weird place, remarks. We aren't staying a moment longer than necessary, says an unsettled Melanie, her distaste for monsters plain on her face. The woman frowns deeply, claiming the cakes she bought for her beloved furball have all been eaten by someone else. A quiet furball sits with crumbs around its mouth. The child says his monster friend left the village. He claims the headman told him that he could go home. The little orc child pouts, but I don't know where my home is. You ask the old man if he knows anything about the dragon. No, sir. But our headman is a wise and worldly man. He might know something, he remarks, pointing at a house not far away. The little goblin sulks. As he gazes upon the he looks at you with tears in his eyes, silently begging you for help. You pour the salve onto the flowers, and they stand. The goblin cries out in happy. He then holds something out to you. The goblin stares lovingly at the beautiful flowers and gobbles them up. Healthy flowers are the tastiest, he proclaims in glee. Did he grow those flowers just to eat them? A young boy wanders up to your group in wide-eyed wonder. You realize you are right when he assails you with questions about your origins and adventures. The Inquisition leaves you exhausted. However, does your mouth become so filthy, Mr. Flobby? Clearly embarrassed, Mr. Flobby murmurs, "That's not my mouth." The village headman is a renowned gourmet. and rumor has it The man says he wishes he too could have such a lavish meal just once in his life. His deep desire for delicacies only growing with time. The little orc child is engrossed in a fairy tale. The title reads, The Legend of the Dragon. You take a peek into the picture book and come across a passage that to where, you wonder, then recall that this is merely a fairy tale. Lately, a suspicious man cloaked in black. The old woman looks at Melanie and remarks that he was dressed just like her. Wow, a new friend. And so Mar stares off into the distance as for some reason, Riddis joins in on the cuddling. Travelers, you hear? Down here, at thy feet, the clump of fur speaks. I am Lappy. Lappy the furball looks at you with amiable expectations. Of course, the more the merrier, you exclaim. But Melanie coldly entered, thoroughly rejected by Melanie. Lappy says he has no friends because of his aged face. Your party is silenced by the crying child. You tell Melanie to be nice, and quip that both she and Lappy could use. Exhausted from arguing with you, Melanie half-hearted. However, she says that they are on a dangerous journey to defeat the dragon. Lappy leaps up and hugs her in his excitement, exclaiming, "Thou hast made me so happy." Till next time, Melanie said. Though she thought all monsters to be evil, Melanie feels that finally, a friend. You bow, but before you can speak, he laughs, then shamelessly praises his own village as being wondrous and peaceful. And who are you? He asks, after explaining that you are on a quest to defeat. He says that he had heard rumors. You must be tired from your journey. Have a seat. I will have my chef prepare a feast, the headman says, then claps his hands. Extravagant dishes that you have never seen. You're drooling, Melanie scowls. You wipe your mouth with your sleeve, then gasp as you turn to Mar. Perhaps in an attempt to hold himself back, Mar is gnawing on the There. We'll eat soon, you reassure Mar while gently. The doors fly open in the next instant. With tears in her eyes, she tells you that her dear companion, Mr. The headman's eyes go wide in surprise. You are starving, but it doesn't look like you'll be able to partake of the feast before you because of Mr. Flobby's disappearance. We will find your slime. And Melanie reminds you that you are here to get clues about the dragon. What's the difference? Literally everything. Brave heroes, the headman interjects. It appears the story has hit a standstill. You need to hear the whole story from the young girl. The girl sobs, wailing about the mist. The girl then hands something to Melanie. It looks like the muddy handkerchief. She asks Melanie to wipe Mr. Flobby with it after you find him. The girl claims to have searched the village. Regardless, looking aimlessly outside the village would be a waste of time. You decide to collect more information in the village. She says she saw a suspicious man in black. She claims they went north. Did that man take Mr. Flobby? You resolve to leave the village in search of the pair. Let's do this. Nice work. Excellent. Oh? Though a torch is not strictly necessary, it would certainly help you find your way through the dimly lit shrine. Your footing is obscured in the dimness of the shrine. You should probably. You go forth slowly but steadily, taking it one step at a time. You take a good look at the floor and see it lined in trails of viscous liquid. No doubt a slime or 200 have passed through here. It looks like poor Mr. Flobby is being held captive by the mystery. Hand over that slime, you shout. You speak as if I kidnapped him. When your eyes finally adjust to the surrounding darkness, you realize Melanie's mouth falls. It seems the man has noticed Melanie as well. It looks like the two know each other. According to the man, he and Melanie came from the same village and are far from strangers. The man's revelation makes you realize that you know almost nothing about Melanie's past. You ask Melanie about her hometown, but she holds her with forbidden magic. Our clan has ensured the dragon. She rattles on about the man, telling you that Vince resentfully claims that he is searching for the noble dragon. You ran away from home with your tail, but enraged, Melanie, you have so many questions, but realize that the most pressing matter is getting careful. He won't go down easy. During the fight, Vince asks, the headman may look like a nice old man, but he keeps those little monsters around too. He begins, Winifred. The three brush you aside, fixing their attention on Vince. The Ivory Order and that false justice they serve are the true evil here. He retaliates, fighting back. Seeing the two parties occupied with each other, you realize this is your chance to grab Mr. Flobby. Perhaps wary of humans, Mr. Flobby dashes out when you draw near. Vince is on equal footing with the three from the Order. Engrossed in their battle, the combatants pay you no mind. When you reach out to grab Mr. Flobby, he said lower Mr. Flobby's stamina to calm him down. Exhausted from the fight, the raging mist, but it seems he hasn't yet come to his sense. Find something to help return Mr. Flobby to normal. You wipe Mr. Flobby's mouth with the handkerchief, then you hear a quiet voice speak. It looks like the girl's familiar scent on the handkerchief. Having regained his senses, Mr. Flobby, you place the increasingly sticky handkerchief in your bag.